It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Divas That Care. My name is Candace Gish. Well, I'm so excited. I'm welcoming back an amazing past guest. Her name is Vickie Dickson, and Vickie is going to be talking about how to deal with stress, some natural ways to deal with stress. And you know what? I think that all of us need that today. If this is your very first time tuning into the Divas That Care, a huge welcome to you. We are now in our 11th season. We are listened to in over 30 countries around the world, and it's because of all of our amazing guests that we've continued to grow and expand and be able to talk to amazing women like Vickie on our program. So thank you so very much. Well, Vickie, let's get going. Welcome back to the Divas. I'm so excited to talk to you again.
Thank you. It's great to be here again.
Oh, my goodness. Vickie, this is going to be so much fun. You know, the last time we had talked, you had shared so many tips, so many tools. Listeners were commenting on, you know, everything that you were talking about. And I was just so grateful that you were able to come back on today's program, and especially to talk about stress. You know, I think that's a big thing. But before we kind of dive into that, would you mind kind of reintroducing yourself to all of our listeners?
Sure. So I am a holistic nutritionist, a yoga teacher, reiki practitioner. I founded my company, Health on Purpose, and I deal mostly with women who are in their second act and who are just tired of feeling run down and out of energy and maybe packing on a little bit of weight, stressed all the time, not sleeping, hormones going crazy. We work to bring them back into balance so that they can live out their second act really full of vim and vitality and just feeling great.
Well, that's amazing. And you know what? We need that. I completely think all of us need that. And one of the things I want to talk about in today's program is that, you know, we've all been dealing with so much stress, you know, and now that it's the fall season and a lot of things have happened. And how can we deal with that? You know, you work on a really holistic level with individuals, and, you know, I want to get your opinion on how we can deal with some of the stress moving forward and going into the fall and winter season.
Well, there's a lot of tools that we can use for sure. I think really the biggest thing, the people that I'm dealing with now, and certainly my own family, myself, it's feeling heavier. This has gone on a lot longer than anybody ever expected it to go on. And the energy is really, really heavy all around us. So I really believe in giving yourself and grace, whatever that looks like for you. So, you know, I know my extroverted friends are struggling greatly, not being able to connect as much outside of, you know, with groups of people. I'm an introvert, so for me, it's easy for me to, you know, come inside and have quiet time, but too much of that can be a bad thing too. And sometimes we are, we compare our stress to other people. Well, I don't have it as bad as so-and-so because, like, she has 4 kids and she has a job and her this and that and other. And what's wrong with me? We don't give ourselves the space and the grace to process what needs to be processed. And we tend to just kind of keep pushing it down. Either we think, I don't have it as bad as somebody else, or we think constantly that, oh my God, I'm so stressed, I'm so busy, I'm so this, I'm so that. So one of the two extremes, and then there's just no space in there for us to let our souls kind of have some room, because we need some room right now.
You know what? I agree with that. I think the last little while has been quite overwhelming, and we're not too sure how to deal with it, because then all of a sudden something else happens and it seems to be piled on top of each other. I think had it been just one or maybe 2 things, we could have all dealt with it. But when you have one thing and then another, it's just overwhelming and you can't deal with that. So what are some of the strategies that you're using in order to combat that?
Well, the first thing that I would say is just to remember, I love that you used the word overwhelm, because remember that overwhelm is a trauma response. And we are nothing right now if not in trauma after trauma after trauma, as you said. And a lot of people have regular, everyday traumas in their own lives outside of what's going on right now on a planetary level. So some of the things that I use to deal with it, definitely getting quiet. For sure, getting quiet, giving ourselves some time to just let our nervous system seem to never be able to to just chill out, right? To just be. So whatever that means for you, if it's meditation, if it's yoga, if it's walking in nature, if it's sitting under a tree, if it's having a quiet cup of coffee with a book, whatever it is for you, you need to have that time where your nervous system can just kind of calm down. One of the tools that I use a lot with my clients and in our own family is essential oils. We use them a lot because they help to, they work in the limbic system in the brain, so they help to calm us even when we don't feel like we want to be calmed down. My husband will say to me, "Don't you have an oil for that?" Oh yeah, I forgot. I should be using an oil and I should be breathing. And that's a big thing too. Like they're all little things, but they all mean so much. Like just breathing. How many times do we walk around over driving or doing whatever and we're holding our breath? You know, we don't let ourselves fully exhale. Just, you know, taking 3 big deep breaths, maybe using an essential oil that you love, maybe sitting outside, and 3 big deep breaths can bring you a whole lot of calm in a space of overwhelm. And we think it's too little, so we don't do it.
I love that. And I think it's important because with things that are going around us, you know, I think our tempers are quicker. We're quicker to react to a lot of situations that we wouldn't have reacted to in the past. And you're right. Like if we just sit down and just breathe, I think that would help out quite a bit.
Absolutely. And a question I find that helps me is just asking, is this mine? So I do use an essential oil often. I'm using frankincense all day today. But I just sit and breathe and just ask, is this mine? Because you hit the nail on the head, we're more reactive. We are so traumatized and so overwhelmed that just everything feels bigger than it is. So just taking a minute to say, wait a second, does this belong to me? Like, do I need to react to this? Is this really for me? Or can I just let it slide? Can I just watch it go by and not jump in the car with it?
Oh, excellent. What suggestions do you have for children? You know, if a parent is listening to this program today and they're like, okay, my kid is dealing with so much, what kind of things can we help them with?
Oh, my heart is breaking for the children. Like I just can't even, so many times I've said, my God, to be raising children right now. The children that have come here now, I think, are here for a big purpose for sure. I don't typically work with children anymore, but I would say the same things. I would say they probably don't have a lot of space in their life right now to deal with things. I don't know what it's like in Alberta now. Right now we're back in school in Ontario, but you know, there's no, like they can't pick up social cues from people because faces are covered here and they've been covered for almost 2 years here. So there's no social cues. They don't even, I don't think, know that they're safe, right? And they pick up on all of our emotions much better than we do. Like we've kind of hardened ourselves, but they know when we're scared. They know when and I think just letting it be okay that they can talk about the fact that they're scared instead of, you know, oh no, it's not scary. You know, let them feel whatever they're going to feel. And kids, I mean, my granddaughter is 17 months old and we were walking through town the other day. I always let her walk instead of taking her stroller because I have time when I'm a grandma. And she walked up in the middle of the sidewalk and kissed a tree and put her arm around it. And I was like, oh, wow. Like she knew to do that, and she plays with rocks all the time, like just rocks wherever we are. She's picking up rocks and put them in her pot. We all use things, right? We used to use nature. Yeah. And I think, you know, kids here anyway have had to be online way too much for their little brains. Like get them outside, get them breathing fresh air, get them playing in dirt, get them doing all of those things, and let it be okay for them to have their emotions. And then of course essential oils work with kids as well. I'm huge on intuition, especially for kids. I find it's crazy how fast they can be intuitive. They just know immediately. If you put 5 oils in front of them, they know which one they need. And they know to take a deep breath. They don't need to be reminded to take a deep breath. They're just like these magical beings that are here.
You know what? It's funny that you're saying that. Years ago, I read a book called The Indigo Children. I was fascinated how my kids seem to be so empathetic. And they were they always amazed me when they were younger, and they would say things that I'm like, where did that come from? It was just so powerful that it's like, oh wow, kids are so amazing. But I feel that what's happened in the last little while, as you're saying, is that we've almost stunted them, or because they're unable to do the things that they were meant to do.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And, I host a women's circle, and I heard, all these young moms were part of it, and it was absolutely beautiful to listen to them. But they were all like, well, my kids aren't going to be able to go to Disney. My kids aren't going to be able to do this. My kids can't do this. I don't want them to blame me because I can't do this and that and the other thing. And it's like, you know what? That's not what kids are looking for right now. Kids are happy to have mom or dad or grandma, they want time with us, right? They want to feel safe, no matter if they're 3 or 13. They want to feel safe, and they want us in their corner, right? It's not the big things that people are missing, I don't think, as much. It's the connection. We're all missing that connection. So any way that we can give that to our children, it's going to be good for us too. It's going to be good for our planet.
We definitely need that. One of the things I want to ask you, because Vickie, you sent me, I was so thankful, you had sent me this amazing crystal. And I want to talk about that because some of our listeners might not understand, the healing aspects of crystals. We hear so much about oils, but can we talk a little bit about the crystals and how they can help with stress relief also?
Sure. Yeah, sure. You want me to just start? Or is there something specific? Okay.
Just anything that you can share with us.
Okay, so I think, again, it goes back to that. We all knew this, when we were kids. I don't know. I used to run a home daycare for about 10 years when my kids were little, and I mean, all of the kids had pockets full of rocks. Like, we know when we're kids. I don't know very many adults that didn't have a rock collection when they were a child. So we know that everything is energy. We know that rocks and crystals carry energy. Many of them are millions and millions of years old. Some of the fossils, 250 million years old. There is energy in that. So my very favorite thing, and this is great for kids too, is just to get a smooth stone, whatever crystal you are drawn to, use your intuition, and just hold it in your hand. My grandma used to have, she called them worry stones when I was a kid. They're still called worry stones, but I remember my parents making fun of her. And now I'm like, I have so many customers who just hold a worry stone in their pocket. And when they're feeling stressed, they just worry the stone with their hand. Or, a child can have a rock. And if they feel like, the stress is too much, they can just hold that. I know lots of times I'll have a stone in my hand, and the heat that is generated between my hand and that stone and the energy of the two things, it's absolutely phenomenal. But they can help you calm down. They can help you. I mean, they all have metaphysical properties. Just one little general tip that's like easy 101 intuition is the colors will correspond with your chakras usually. So if you're feeling like you have something to say that you can't speak, or you're feeling like to be your authentic self, you need to say something. If your child's having a hard time speaking up, maybe choose a blue stone. If, your heart is hurting, maybe choose a pink stone or a green stone to represent the heart chakra. If it's something in your personal power center, your solar plexus, maybe use something yellow or orange, more vibrant. Root, if you're feeling unrooted, if you're feeling overwhelmed, scattered, like you just can't get your thoughts together, maybe choose something in the burgundies or the dark browns or the blacks for protection. There's all kinds of different tricks, but it's really easy. It's a quick thing to do to just look up the chakra, how you're feeling, and a crystal to match. But really all of them have energy, and all will be soothing on some level.
That's a fantastic tip. Thank you so much. Well, Vickie, you've got some programs that you're doing. You do some coaching, but you do some great things with your essential oils, and you have little groups that you have going on. Would you mind sharing that with our listeners, for anybody that would be interested in joining you and being a part of that?
Sure. So we run a 5-day challenge every month, usually the third week of every month. This week it's a little bit off, so it's actually happening next week. And I provide the samples. So you get samples of 5 essential oils, and they help with the things we've been talking about: overwhelm, stress, tension in the body, aches and pains, breathing fully, anything like that. So you get 5 essential oils to play with, and we do a different oil each and every day. So that you're not overwhelmed with, oh my God, I've got 20 oils and I don't know what to do with them. You just have one to focus on each day. And my website is VickieDickson.com, which I'm sure you'll have in the show notes. But people can reach out to me for the samples, and I'll get them out to you. I'd have to get them out pretty soon for you to get them in time if you're not local. And then we kick off on September 19th for 5 days.
Oh, that's exciting. And it's a lot of fun. I had the opportunity to take one of Vickie's classes there, and it was so much fun, and I learned so much. So Thank you so much for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for being there.
So, Vickie, tell us, what else is new? What's happening in your life right now?
Oh, gosh, so much is happening in my life right now. So in my professional world, I have my health challenge running this week. So I run that 2 or 3 times a year, depending on the year, and it's in full swing right now. We just started today, so that's kind of cool. And then I'm getting ready to do a series of webinars and launching my Health Simplified program. So it's my signature program. It's 7 weeks long, focused on really breaking down health, simplifying everything, and moving you through emotional health, physical health, and spiritual health into your best health ever. So that's getting ready to launch in October. And then, of course, we have the oil challenge, and then the crystal business. That's always busy. We're busy with pop-up in-person events right now, and we try to do about 3 online events a month in there. So things are really busy and really fun.
Oh, my goodness. And is that all on your website so that people can check them out?
The crystal business is not connected to my website yet. That's something that's on the list. It's like, oh, my gosh, I wish I was a tech-savvy person, but I'm not. So I have to, wait on my tech team to get things ready, and I'm always giving them too big of a list. So it's not there yet, but it's Ruby Hollow, and it's Ruby with an I.
Oh, excellent. And what we'll do for all of our listeners is that we will put up all these links on our website and attached to this program so that you can send it to your friends and family and check it out. So thank you so much, Vickie. I love that.
Awesome. Thank you for having me here. It's been fun.
It has been. It's always a pleasure to have you. The last question I have for you, Vickie, if you don't mind, would you share some last-minute tips, tools, things that our listeners can take home with them to help them deal with stress that's happening in their lives?
Okay, so I would say, number 1, get outside every single day. Try to do 20 minutes outside at least if you can. Number 2, get up and move your body. However that looks for you, if it's walking around your desk every 15 minutes, if it's walking up and down the stairs every hour, if it's walking around your house or around the block. If it can be, doing something for a half an hour, even better, but definitely move your body every day. Drink enough water. It's something that is super, super simple. Don't do it, but it's amazing the difference you feel when you actually have enough water every single day. And enough water is about half of your weight in pounds, in ounces daily. So make sure that you're dialing it in and drinking that. Take time to breathe. Just take breathing breaks. Whether you set an alarm on your watch or on your phone, whatever it is that you do, take a few moments every hour, if you can, to actually take some deep breaths, 3 to 5 deep breaths. Something that you can do is close your eyes and just put your hand on your heart or your hand on your third eye and just be here now. Be here now. Be here now. Because so many times we are stressed to the max, and it's because we're dealing with things that we aren't even really dealing with. They're not in this moment. Someone gave me a tip. It was a mantra. In this moment, everything is okay. In this moment, everything is okay. And lots of times it is, right? Lots of times it's the moments that are, 6 hours ahead that we're thinking of, or that may never happen that we're thinking of, that are stressing us. So just understand that in the very, very moment that you're in, take some deep breaths and understand that you're okay. Use essential oils. I'm a big believer in essential oils. I didn't used to be, but I am now. So trees, grasses, and floral oils will be the best when you're feeling overwhelmed. So anything that comes from a tree, a flower, or grass. Think vetiver, lemongrass, frankincense, copaiba, cedarwood, spruce, lavender, magnolia, neroli, any of the flowers, Roman chamomile, anything like that will help you to feel calm and grounded. Hopefully that's not too many tips.
Actually, they're fantastic tips, and I absolutely loved them. And I hope that you come back on our show again soon, Vickie, and perhaps come on a monthly basis to share more tips like that, because I really believe that our listeners, that's what they're looking for. They're looking at things that can help them out on a daily basis. So, again, thank you so much for being my amazing guest. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Thanks for having me here, Candace. I appreciate it.
And for all of you guys that checked in today's call, thank you so much. I am going to be posting all of Vickie's information. She is just one of the most amazing women out there that is doing so many fantastic things on a global level. She's supporting and inspiring so many women around the world, and at the Divas That Care, we want to support her in any way that we can. So make sure that you check her out, check out her website, and get a hold of her, because I really believe that she can help you out. Again, thank you, Vickie. Thank you to all of our listeners. You guys do something kind. Until next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.